You wake up. Your eyes open. But your body doesn't feel awake. Your chest feels tight. Your breath feels shallow. Your mind feels heavier than the room you're in. Nothing happened yet. You haven't checked your phone. You haven't spoken to anyone. The world hasn't demanded anything from you. And still, something inside you already feels wrong. A pressure you can't name. A weight you can't explain. A tension you didn't choose. It's as if you woke up, already losing a fight you don't remember agreeing to. Is the silent battle you fight every morning. The one you never talk about. The one no one sees. The one that's been shaping your life. Far more than you realize. Before we continue, if this opening already made something move inside you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. It helps this channel reach people who wake up with this same invisible weight, but don't have the words to explain it. Now, let's go deeper. Most people think the day begins when the alarm rings, or when their feet touch the floor. But your day actually begins in the first emotion your mind wakes up holding. And for many people, maybe for you, that first emotion is not peace, not excitement, not calm. It is pressure, a sense of hurry, a sense of danger, a sense that life is already ahead of you, and you are already behind. But here's the strange part. There is nothing happening, nothing wrong, nothing urgent, and yet your body feels like it must defend itself from a threat that doesn't exist. This is not randomness. This is not just being tired. This is not morning mood. This is your nervous system living in survival mode. And the deeper truth is this. You don't wake up stressed because of the day ahead. You wake up stressed because of the day before. Because your mind doesn't reset overnight. It carries every unprocessed thought, every avoided emotion, every unfinished worry, every internal conflict, into the next morning. Zen teaches that you do not wake up to a new day. You wake up to the residue of the last. And this residue, this invisible accumulation of tension, is what creates the battle you wake up fighting. You think you're waking up tired because you didn't sleep enough. But often, you wake up tired because you haven't been yourself in a long time. Because you've been carrying expectations you never chose, pretending you're stronger than you feel, holding emotions your body doesn't have space for, trying to stay calm while everything inside you tightens, living at a speed your soul can't sustain, being responsible for people who never check if you're okay. And little by little, your mornings stop feeling like beginnings and start feeling like consequences. You open your eyes, and you're already exhausted, not by life itself, but by the weight of continuing to be the person the world expects you to be. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you woke up and felt genuinely rested? Not physically, but emotionally? When was the last time you felt a morning without that background noise in your mind? Without that quiet pressure behind your ribs? Without that sense of, I need to hurry, even when nothing is happening? Think carefully. Most people can't remember, because somewhere along the way, you stopped waking up into your life, and started waking up into your fight. But here is the truth that no one ever told you. You are not waking up broken. You are waking up unfinished. Your mind wakes up holding the things you refuse to feel. Your chest wakes up carrying the emotions you tried to ignore. Your breath wakes up remembering the stress you didn't release. Your body wakes up holding the tension you didn't understand. Every morning becomes heavy, because you are not carrying one day. You are carrying many. This is the silent battle. The battle that happens before the world even sees you. The battle that shapes your voice, your choices, your mood. The battle that makes you feel alone, even when you're surrounded by people. And the hardest part? No one knows you're fighting it, because you've learned to hide it so well, that even you started calling it normal. but it's not normal. It's familiar, but it's not your natural state. You weren't born with this weight. You adapted to it. You learned to wake up and immediately tighten your body. You learned to wake up and immediately judge yourself. You learned to wake up and immediately prepare for problems that haven't even happened. You learned to wake up in defense mode. But imagine this. Imagine waking up one day, and the first feeling you have is softness. Not fear, not hurry, not pressure, just a quiet sense of being here. Imagine waking up, and your chest doesn't feel heavy. Imagine waking up, and your mind doesn't feel like it's sprinting. Imagine waking up, and there's space inside you that you didn't have before. This is not a fantasy. This is what happens when you stop abandoning yourself emotionally, because the silent battle doesn't end when life becomes easier. It ends when you become kinder to the person you wake up as. But there's something deeper you need to understand. The silent battle is not about mornings. It's about identity. You are not tired because of the day ahead. You are tired because of the person you force yourself to become, to survive the day. Every morning, you wake up and put on an invisible armor. The armor of being strong. The armor of being independent. The armor of being stable. The armor of being unbothered. The armor of being fine. But armor is heavy, and eventually, your soul gets tired of carrying what your mouth never says. This is why you wake up exhausted. Not because life is too much, but because you've been pretending you're not overwhelmed. Pretending you don't care. Pretending you can handle it. Pretending nothing affects you. Pretending you're not hurt. Pretending you don't need help. Pretending you're okay. You have been fighting the world while fighting yourself. And no human being can wake up peaceful when their entire life is built on emotional self-abandonment. In Zen there is a powerful truth. The body keeps asking for what the mind keeps avoiding. Your morning heaviness is your body's way of saying, please, stop running. Stop pretending. Stop ignoring what hurts. Stop silencing yourself. Stop waking up and immediately abandoning me. Your silent battle is not a flaw. It's a message saying, I need you to return to me. The world keeps telling you to be productive, to push harder, to optimize your morning routine, to wake up at 5 a.m., to meditate perfectly, to grind. But your body doesn't want perfection. It wants presence. You don't need a new morning routine. You need a new relationship with yourself. The silent battle ends, not when the world stops demanding, but when you stop disappearing. And in a moment, I'm going to tell you exactly how to soften your mornings, in a real, practical, human way, without forcing anything, and without pretending anything. But before that, if this message has touched you so far, take a moment to like this video, and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps this content reach people who wake up drowning in silence and think they're the only ones. But first, let's answer the question that almost no one asks. Why does your mind create tension before anything actually happens? To understand this, you need to see something most people never notice. Your mind is not trying to harm you. Your mind is trying to protect you from a world it believes is dangerous. But here is the problem. Your mind learned about danger from your past, not your present, which means the person you are today is being protected from a life you no longer live. That's why the fear feels irrational. That's why the tension feels out of place. That's why your mornings feel heavier than they should. Your nervous system is reacting to ghosts, old memories, old stress, old environments, old responsibilities, old versions of you that needed to be constantly alert. You are not waking up to the danger of today. You are waking up to the memories of yesterday. This is why the battle feels silent. Because the threat is not outside you. It lives inside you. It is the echo of every moment you had to survive alone, of every time you had to be strong, when you were exhausted, of every day you carried more than your body was built for. Somewhere along the way, your mind learned that mornings were not peaceful. Maybe you woke up to chaos. Maybe you woke up to responsibility too early in life. Maybe you woke up knowing someone needed you. Maybe you woke up afraid of conflict. Maybe you woke up preparing for disappointment. Maybe you woke up believing you had to perform just to be valued. Whatever it was, your body remembers, and it still reacts, as if you are waking up into danger. That's why you feel pressure, even before you get out of bed. Your mind is not defective. It is loyal. It is doing what it was trained to do. But loyalty can become a prison when the danger is gone, and the body hasn't realized it. This is the deepest truth about your silent battle. Your mornings are not heavy because something is wrong with you. Your mornings are heavy because your mind does not yet know you are safe. Safety is not an idea. It is a felt experience. And if your childhood, your past relationships, your old environment, or your old habits never gave you true emotional safety, your nervous system wakes up every morning, preparing for impact. This is why the battle feels silent, because the fight is happening before thought, before language, before you even understand what is happening. Let me show you something. Have you ever noticed that when you wake up tired, you immediately blame yourself? I should be stronger. I shouldn't feel this way. I need to try harder. What's wrong with me? But imagine saying this to a child waking up afraid. You wouldn't tell the child to be stronger. You'd hold them. You'd reassure them. You'd help them feel safe. The silent battle doesn't end by forcing yourself to be tougher. It ends by offering yourself the compassion you never received. Now let's talk about something deeper. There is a moment, right after you wake up, that most people never pay attention to. It's not the moment you open your eyes. It's the moment right after. The moment when your mind suddenly becomes loud. It happens fast. So fast that you barely notice it. Your thoughts start running. Your chest tightens. Your breath changes. Your shoulders rise. Your mind starts preparing for conversations that didn't happen, for problems that don't exist, for expectations that aren't real. This moment is your mind rehearsing survival, not because it needs to, but because it's what it knows. The silent battle is the conflict between who you are today and the survival strategies your past taught you. Here is what Zen reveals. Your suffering does not come from the morning itself. Your suffering comes from the self you become. The moment your mind wakes up, you become the version of you that must be perfect, the version that must stay ahead, the version that must not disappoint, the version that must act strong, the version that must hide weakness, the version that must keep moving, the version that must never rest too long. None of these versions are you, but they are the versions you learned to be, to survive a world that didn't know how to care for you. Every morning you put on an invisible identity that makes the world easier, but makes your inner life heavier. This identity protects you, but it also harms you. It keeps you functioning, but it also keeps you disconnected. It keeps you moving, but it also keeps you from resting. Keeps you safe, but it also keeps you from feeling free. And here is the hardest truth. Your silent battle is not caused by what you face in the morning. It is caused by the person you believe you must become to get through the day. You are fighting your own mask, the mask that says, I'm fine. I can handle it. I don't need help. Nothing affects me. I'm in control. The mask is heavy, because it was never meant to be worn daily. There is a Zen story about a monk who spent his whole life searching for peace. He meditated for years. He fasted. He isolated himself. He chanted endlessly. But he still woke up every morning with heaviness in his chest. One day he asked his teacher, "Why do I feel this weight when I wake up? Why do I feel the battle before the day begins?" The teacher said, "Because every morning, you wake up as the person you're trying to become, instead of the person you already are. This is the essence of your silent battle. You wake up and immediately put pressure on the future version of yourself, the productive version, the successful version, the strong version, the calm version, the healed version, the perfect version, and your body whispers, 'But I'm not there yet.' And the conflict begins. The battle is not against the world. The battle is between your real self and your ideal self, between the human you are and the idealized version you think you must become to deserve peace. You have been waking up every morning, trying to live up to a version of yourself you think the world will finally accept. But let me tell you something you've probably never heard. Peace doesn't come from becoming a better version of yourself. Peace comes from no longer abandoning the version you already are. When you wake up tomorrow, your silent battle will begin again, unless something shifts inside you. Not a technique, not a ritual, not a morning routine. Those things help, but they don't heal. What heals is understanding. Understanding that your silent battle is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of internal conflict between the self you show and the self you hide. Understanding that your tension is not a flaw. It is a message. Understanding that your body is not failing you. It is trying to speak. After years of being ignored, understanding that you don't need to win the morning. You need to listen to it. The battle ends, not through force, but through attention, awareness, gentleness, honesty, presence. In a moment, I'll show you the simple practice that begins dissolving the silent battle from the inside out. But first, if you're still here, if these words are echoing inside you, if some part of you feels seen, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. You being here helps this message reach others who wake up fighting the same quiet war with no one to talk to. And before we end, I want you to remember something. You've spent so many mornings fighting battles that no one else could see. But the moment you recognize the weight you carry, something inside you begins to soften. You don't have to win every morning. You don't have to wake up perfect. You don't have to hide what you feel. Sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is simply pause, breathe, and admit to yourself, "I'm tired, and I deserve peace too." Your silent battle loses its power the moment you stop facing it alone. If this message brought clarity, calmness, or a sense of being understood, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps this community grow and helps this message reach others who wake up carrying the same invisible weight. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And remember, peace is not something you chase. It's something you allow.